Hope that they win. I hope they win for you.
Oh, I hope so.
I'm sure you made a good decision.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And what about Hitler?
What about Hitler?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is interesting. A terrible person, I guess I could say.
Yeah.
I guess I could say one of the maybe perhaps most terrible people in modern history.
Yes. And also, yeah, I like scuba diving. I hear about that scuba diving. Do you like scuba diving?
I'm a scuba diving instructor.
Oh wow! So it's iconic in there.
Yes, I saw it. I saw my video that you did.
Okay.
I saw it. It's been very interesting seeing that. Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
It's so good to see you again.
It's long time no see.
I know. I looked and it was in December when we talked for the first time in December.
Yes. So how is it going?
Very good. So I am getting more comfortable living here in Spain, right? So when I talked to you in December, I was very new to Spain.
Yeah, okay.
Very
So
new.
now you are so accustomed with the culture, with the
Kind of, yes.
yeah.
Kind of, yes. But I feel, I just feel more relaxed with everything when I have to interact with a stranger, right?
Yes, yes.
At first, that's kind of like, ooh, it's kind of scary because of the language and the cultural differences.
Yes, yes. And now is it okay with you? Everything is fine, yeah?
Yeah, everything's good. Yeah, everything's a lot better. My Spanish is getting a lot better, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
How are you? How have things been?
I'm great, and I had online exam, so I was too busy in exam.
Yeah,
So that's why. But now I am free now, and I will make a lot of reservations with you, and we'll have a great chat.
Ah, okay, very nice. How did your exams go? You feeling good
Yeah,
about them?
yeah, pretty well, pretty well.
Pretty well. Okay, very good. Yes, I
And
understand. I have been on
yeah. Continue.
I have been on like a spring spring break, I guess. So yes, I have been able to work more the past few weeks. But yeah, Monday I actually go back to school. So time to do school again. Yes.
Oh, yeah. You love history, like?
Yeah. That stuff's interesting to me.
I have a wonderful question for you.
Yeah.
That who influenced which character in the history influences you the most?
The most.
Yes.
Okay. Oh. Well, there's a lot, of course.
Okay.
That's a really hard question because I used to have a very clear answer.
Yes.
My answer used to be Thomas Jefferson,
Oh.
who was the third president of the United States.
Oh, I see.
And he was the author of the Declaration of Independence.
Oh.
Yeah, so like July 4th, super big deal in the US, right? He wrote that document. And he has a very interesting life. And I actually used to work at his historical home is now it's like a museum.
Yes.
So I used to work there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so 3 years ago, I definitely would have said him. But now, I don't know. I guess like I'm trying to learn more, or I'm interested in people that I guess are less, their names are less known. I don't know. I'm trying to do some more like discovery about women and history and just people that aren't typical in a textbook. So I actually like can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
No.
Okay.
That's a good
Next time,
question.
next time-
That's a good
okay,
question.
next time you think about something.
Yeah.
And what about Hitler?
What about Hitler?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is interesting. Yes. Yeah, a very an interesting person, I guess, and
Mm.
a terrible person, I guess I could say.
Yeah. At the same time. At
I
the
guess
same
I
time.
could say one of the maybe perhaps most terrible people in modern history. In modern
Yeah,
right
yeah.
in modern history, like along with Mussolini
Mussolini, yes,
and
yes.
Stalin,
Stalin, yeah.
and some Spanish people would say Franco, the
Right.
dictator in Spain in the 30s.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
in the 30s and all the way up to the 70s.
Uh,
Spain was under a dictatorship until maybe the late 60s or 70s.
yeah.
And so that's why Spain is a little bit, right, it's less developed than, say, Germany, for instance.
Mm.
Right? There's a big gap between these countries, and it's
Yes.
because it was under a dictatorship for a long time.
And
Yeah.
have you read Indian history?
I actually have no. I have not. I know very little about I know very little about that side of the world. I'm going to be completely honest about Asia, about India. What can you tell me about Indian history? Is there something interesting that you know or
Actually, England started the started business here. Then they captured whole India, and India got freedom in 1947. So actually,
yeah.
I would say British has developed India much more, and we are using a lot of techniques, a lot of ways to deliver our deliver our smartness, and also, and I think that we will inspire from British.
Ah, okay. So you think it was actually like a overall positive, maybe not
Yeah,
positive, but
actually everything has pros and cons.
yeah.
So yeah, they make us smart, and at the same time just they rule. So that is a really a disgusting thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's very yeah, pros and cons.
Yeah.
Pros and cons, that's for sure. Well, I actually have a question for you, a little bit different subject,
Yes,
but
sure.
we have 6 minutes, so I think it's plenty of time. Um,
Okay, no problem.
do you
Go ahead.
have a bucket list? Do you know what that phrase is? A bucket list?
Yeah, bucket list means I have to something like to do list, that I have
Yeah.
in my brain. I have something that should be work in later. That should be work later.
Yeah, something that maybe is something just that you really desire to do at some point in your life. Maybe it's 20 years from now, maybe it's next year. It's something that you maybe
Yeah,
saw on
I just
TV
wrote it. I
or
just wrote it down that I have to do in future.
yeah? Okay, so what are some of those things that you would like
Uh,
to share?
I want to do hiking,
Okay.
because hiking is is really interesting thing for me, and I want to do in future. And along with that, I want to do skydiving, because
Ah.
those are really interesting, and also at the same time, uh, that is spine chilling.
Yeah. So you like the adrenaline, maybe the adrenaline sports.
Yes, yes, and also, yeah, I like scuba diving. I hear about that scuba diving. And do you like scuba diving?
I'm a scuba diving instructor.
Oh wow! So
That's
so
that's what I was doing before the pandemic. I was teaching people to scuba dive.
oh,
Yeah.
and yeah, I have to mention, I want to know from you that your DP in Cambly, this is the costume of scuba diving or not?
Oh, say it one more time.
Yeah, in your Cambly profile,
Ah.
Cambly display picture, uh, the picture is like scuba diving, right?
Yeah, the picture is me. I was actually on a boat. I was on a scuba diving boat,
Oh, I
and
see.
it's
Oh,
after I had gone scuba diving. Yeah, and there's a butterfly.
yeah,
There's a
butterfly. Yeah,
butterfly
I
on
know
my
it. I know
shoulder.
it.
It just
Exactly.
it just landed there, and my friend was there with a phone and just, immediately had a nice
Captured.
photo.
Yeah, nice one. Really nice.
Okay, so yeah, you
Wonderful.
should. I 100% recommend you to try scuba diving. It is a whole
Yeah,
nother
sure.
world.
And yeah, and next time I will listen some tips and tricks from you because you are instructor
Yeah,
of
yeah,
scuba
yeah,
diving.
yeah. Of course, I can. Yeah, if you have any fears, right, any fears or worries, I'm sure I've experienced
You can help.
people like that and can help you out.
Sure, sure. And what is the time there?
Good question. So here in Spain, it's 10:45 in the morning.
Oh, and is it cold? Is it
Yes, it's a
winter?
little bit cold. Yeah, I'm in this like sweater and these little gloves.
No.
Yes, it
Yeah.
it's a really windy day and it's actually a little bit rainy. So
Oh,
the
is it?
nice Spanish summertime it has not hit yet. I'm still waiting.
Okay.
I'm still waiting.
Oh, and now in India, summer is already come.
Okay, okay. So it's getting hot.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Is West Bengal, is that one of the warmer parts of India? Is it?
Yeah, yeah, warmer part of India.
Yeah, okay.
And only I dislike the thing about my city, that is temperature, because
Oh,
it cross 40 degree.
oh my gosh. 40.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That can happen here, not in my city, but if you go a little bit more south in Sevilla, in Malaga, in those cities,
Mhm.
that can happen there as
Okay.
well. So
Oh,
I think here it can get about 35. Yeah, so
oh,
same thing here.
and what about your tuitions
I
there?
say it again.
What about your tuitions
My
there? I mean,
tuitions.
yeah,
Like for school?
yeah, for school.
Oh, you mean like paying for it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I'm a full-time student. But I am just in Spanish classes. So I am not
Oh,
in a degree program. Yeah, I already have a degree from the US. But
oh,
here at school, so I'm at the university taking very intensive Spanish courses. So each month, it's like a couple €100 at least.
oh,
Yeah, at least for classes here because it's 4 hours, 5 days a week.
oh, 4 hours.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's 20 hours of classes every week. So it's a lot. So it's a
and yeah,
lot.
yeah, a lot. I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. It's been
And
good.
yeah, do you have any time so that I can again after?
Ye-
So do you have any time?
yes. We can
And
chat over the message. Is that cool? For like
yeah,
next
message.
week?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, cuz for 15 minutes.
Yeah, and uh, my profile is iconic Indra.
Yes, I saw it. I saw my video that you did.
Oh,
I
awesome.
saw it. It's been very interesting seeing that. Yeah, you have a lot of
Yeah,
people,
thank
a
you.
lot of followers. That's awesome.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Okay, sounds good. I will. And I will see
Sure.
you soon,
Stay safe.
okay?
Stay. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Take